speaking to you from the sound room outside or adjoining the Theater of the Stars here at the Buhl Planetarium and Institute of Popular Science. Now, you haven't seen this room if you visited the Buhl Planetarium because it is where the sound effects for the sky shows originate and some other effects. But I'm going to let Ron Sutherland, a man you should be familiar with if you have attended the sky shows here at the Buhl Planetarium. Ron is going to tell us what all this is about. Ron?
Oh, thank you, Ray. We are in the sound room adjacent, as Ray said, to the main Theater of the Stars, where the audience, of course, assembles and watches the star drama. In here, we have a series of rather exciting electronic gadgets. You can't see all of them, I know. You can see perhaps a very faint view of, to my right, the amplifiers and mixers. But here, I might call your attention, first of all, to a pretty interesting device that our technician is working right now. Our technician, Mr. Roy Hughes, he's the right-hand man of the planetarium lecture, and I'll explain about that in a moment. This is the Zoomer projector, and you've attended sky shows. You've probably seen perhaps the sun coming at you at tremendous rates of speed, enlarging as it does, fire shooting out in all directions. This is the gadget that performs that activity. We can rotate a slide of the sun or the moon or anything else that we put in there. We're going to change the slide. Mr. Hughes is doing that right now. This is the rotator. I wonder if I can hold that for you for a minute, Roy. And by a little motor and gearing mechanism, we can allow the slide to rotate. We can also project a straight slide that we have here and allow for a change in pace during the sky show. We can have different effects, zoom forward or zoom backward.
Whenever he pulls this back and forth, that is he's doing now, it looks like this object is coming right at you, doesn't it?
That's right. In the theater, it'll appear as though the object is becoming larger, coming at you, or moving away from you. Perhaps you saw the Christmas sky show. We allowed the cross to diminish in size and going back through the periods of time.
Well, now, down below, I guess we're getting into the sound equipment, aren't we?
These are the tape recorders, and we have a system of buzzes that the Sky Show lecturer controls from the console. And Mr. Hughes here, our right-hand man, as I mentioned a few moments ago, sits in here during the Sky Show and waits for the signal, waits for the buzz to occur. Now, when the lecturer pushes the button and a buzzer rings in here, this is a cue to Mr. Hughes to turn on one of the tapes. Now, these are all pre-programmed so that we know exactly which tape to turn on. We have a bank of them here. We can give you an example, Ray, of what this is like. For example, Roy, would you cue up the countdown? And let's turn it on and listen to the countdown that we're using.
All recorders and oscillographs are set. Vernier start.
We're using this in the current Sky Show. We're now at Cape Canaveral, Florida. Countdown is about to end.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2.
Now the rockets left the launching pad, and this is the roar in the background that we hear. Okay, Roy, you can turn it off now.
You're very realistic then with actual on-the-scene recording.
Yes, and the slides out in the theater actually move. The rocket takes off the launching pad, and we have a complete panorama of Cape Canaveral. It's all done by these recorders and our technical staff here.
Why do you have 3 different recorders? I know you have 2 of them there threaded up.
We like to mix sound. For example, we might have a rainstorm. We'll have the thunder on one recording, the patter of rain on another, and we might have some musical background on another recorder so that we can mix them, and they can be varied in amplification by the lecturer, and he can make a thunder crash as loud as he cares to.
Well, let me ask you about that projector again. Why do you rotate slides as you had there?
Well, of course, the planets and the sun, they rotate anyway, and this allows a more realistic appearance when we look at it through the eyes of our zoomer lens. So if we have the sun in here, for example, the sun, of course, turns once every 25 days or so, and we speed things up quite a bit. We speed things up in rotation of stars, too, in motion of stars. But we can have, by using this motor, we can have the rotation of the sun as it actually would appear through, we'll say, time-lapse photography looking at it in the real sky.
Can you vary the speed of that?
No, this is one speed. However, there's a gearing mechanism on the back here that it can be altered. We don't usually bother to do that because the speed is usually proper for us.
Well, thank you very much, Ron. We have been giving you a look here at the Buhl Planetarium, and we expect to be coming back in our Magic Carpet series from time to time. That's all we have for the moment, however. Let's see now where our Magic Carpet will take us next.